Hey chess fans, I'm going to talk to you about the topic of simplification now. Simplification in chess is something that a side would try to do if they were going to enter an end game where they were better. So in this situation, there's a nice tactic of a temporary sacrifice of the exchange for black, and then actually getting up material itself. So in this situation, black would choose to go into this ending happily because they're up 2 pawns. But there's still a little bit of work to do. You can't just, I wouldn't resign here if you were white because maybe black might make an error. So in a situation like this, white's move, common first move would be a check here, and just moving the king to safety is the only option you have. So I'll take you through a couple of lines. If you ever get to a situation like this, how some strategies of how to move forward. So um, white would common move would be to defend the pawn and wait and see if black is going to make any mistakes. Black just wants to push that pawn. That's an advantage. Now always calculate to see if there's any trouble or tricks that white might be causing, but when in doubt, push that passed pawn, because you only have one passed pawn, the one that's can't be stopped by any other pawns or blockaded by any other pawns. So this is one trick that white could try, putting the queen on the same diagonal as the king with the pawn in the way. So white could push the pawn, and it would be check. So that just one little trick, one thing that black might have to worry about. Thing that black could do here is make check first, and then simply move the king to safety, and you're moving the king up the board, which could help support that passed pawn. Another thing that white might try here is just simply a check. Sometimes when you're in a lost position and you have the queen, you just might want to check, and just to see if your opponent will make any mistakes in time pressure. So you block with the pawn is good, and keeping that king safe. So what happens if white wants to trade queens? Should you do it? Well, calculate first. Don't just think, oh, I'm up pawn, I'm up a queen, I should trade. Because what if that pawn could dangerously promote, right? So calculate to the end, and you'll see that it is okay here if white offers queen trade. Look at this. The king is in time. So that's good. Okay. But let's go back. What if white plays a better move, wants to keep the game going? Say plays something like this, defending the pawn, and after you push your pawn, uh, maybe threatening this kind of thing here, trying to come in and make checkmate, right? Queen's still on the board, always dangerous. So in this situation, be calm. You got to think, okay, what's the threat? Checkmate. There's a few ways to prevent the checkmate. One, if you have enough time to find this tactic, you've got check and you win the pawn. Now there's no threat of checkmate. Um, but let's say that white doesn't want to waste his time with that, and he just calmly waiting for you to make a mistake. Now look at this threat. Queen to c8 is threatening queen to h8, another check. So why risk that? Okay, you're moving your king backwards, but you're preventing counterplay by white, so which is very important in endgame. Now white, for lack of something better to do, a white player might play here, just defending the pawn and waiting to see if black's going to make any mistakes. Of course, just push the pawn. And now you'll see this move here. White is, getting desperate, but still looking for some counterplay. Moving the queen to a4, it's threatening to check on h4. Okay, and then but just push the pawn, be calm, because after this move, your king is perfect, or your queen is perfectly situated to come back and um, defend, and then you can make a queen, and now you're winning. But rushing an endgame like this when you're up 2 pawns, when the other opponent's queen is on the board, can actually get you into some trouble. So if you have the time on your clock, Use it to calculate. Even using 4 or 5 seconds sometimes is better than moving instantly. All right. Thanks for watching.